Hey, Ron Doyle here at DoubleClicksLive. I almost didn't get this one out today. I've gotten it now, so you'll have it. Today, now, letting you know, we're going to cover a couple of things that we did before in Google Docs. I told you I would check on it, and I did. And I figured out a way to do it. Google is a wonderful search engine. That's how I found it. So now we're going to take a look at that. Then we're going to look at a couple other things in Docs, not very many. Then we're going to have a light overview of the spreadsheet program and the presentation program in Google Drive. They're similar to Microsoft Excel and Microsoft PowerPoint. So if you've used those, you can use Google's for free. Let's take a look. So we're going to jump in here today and look at one I did in my Google Drive. Remember to get to Google Drive wherever you are in Google. You can go here and go to Gmail, Keep, Drive. That's just the way I set them up. Remember, you can always move them around if you like. And so I'm here in Drive. So quick access is something at the top they set up. I do not like quick access. I don't want to get to the documents that I've looked at before and I'm finished with them. So I can cut that off. So I'll show you how right now. Watch this. I'm going to go up here to the gear icon or the whatever you call it. I call it a gear. And click it. And go to settings. And go right down here to the bottom and cut off suggestions. Make relevant files handy when you need them in quick access. I'm going to cut that off. Notice they just disappeared in the background and hit done. I like it better being held by different documents folders so that I can get into them. So like here is Google Class. I can double click it. Here's all the stuff I've been doing for the Google Class we've got. I want to show you this one is search and replace that I've named it to show you how to, guess what, search for things and replace them. I'm going to go ahead and double click it and open it up. It's one we've used before, taken it into Google Keep and pulled the text off of the picture. So I'm not going to review that again, but I'm going to show you a couple things you can do. One is I'm going to make this a little smaller, just so I'll have a little more room to work here. And here's my document down at the bottom that pulled the text right off of that. Now, first thing we can do is search and replace. Now, I don't want to replace anything on a historical document, but I do want to show you how to replace things. So go here to the word fleeing and just say I want to change the word fleeing to running from or something like that. I could just type it, yes. But what if it was occurring 100 times in your document or 10? You don't have to go looking and replacing each one. So you can go up here to edit, and there are a lot of other features like this, but I'm leading up to something I did mention last week. So I'm going to go down here to find and replace or Control H. I'm going to say I want to find the word fleeing and replace it with running from. And I don't need a space there, I don't think. You can match the case, match using regular expressions. We'll worry about that another day. I'm not going to cover it today. And just hit replace all. When it finishes, it's done. If you look, you saw it flash very quickly. Running from is now here instead of fleeing. Another thing, last week I went in here and I hit space delete to get all the lines coordinated so they'd flow across the page. If you notice, it took them down just like it was along the edge here in the graphic. So here the word was dwelling, here the ending word is dwelling. On the next to the last line, so it's the, and down here we've got the. So it pulls it like that. Now we want to get rid of that, and I happen to know there is a line break at the end of that, and I want to correct it. So what I can do is, and I had to look this up on Google. Google is a great search engine, like I said before. We go in here to find and replace. I'm going to tell it this time I want to find a \n. that means the end of the line here, and I want to replace it with a space. Okay, let's do it first without the space. No space. Now I'm going to say match using expressions. It already marks them for me. It's in green, and I'm going to hit replace all. Then go to next, and it's done. The only problem is it replaced all with no space. So I'm going to undo this. There's the Control Z, which is undo. And you can also click up here on the undo arrow, Control Z. That's one of the shortcuts I remember. So what I'm going to do now is say I want to edit, or I could do Control H. Let me do that just to show you what it looks like. Not much difference. And there's that Control N again. And this time I'm going to put a space. I could replace one by one, but I'm going to replace all. Now, there is an issue with that. If you notice right here, I don't want to replace this one and this one. So I could say next, next. It'll go to the next one. I'm going to jump up here to the top. There it is. So there's the second one. Here's the next one. I do not want to replace that one. I'm going to hit next. I do not want to replace that one. And now if I hit replace all, though, it'll do all of them, even those. So I can hit replace, 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 or replace all. There you go. I'm choosing replace all because I am lazy, or whatever you want to call it. I would just go back in here and then really quickly divide these and maybe this one. So that got rid of all of your spacing issues before a little quicker than we did before. So remember that feature, edit, replace, and find. It's good. There are other tools in here you can use. Just go ahead and click on these and look for them. If you don't understand what it does, like clear formatting, just go to Google and type in Google Docs, what is clear formatting, or just maybe even clear formatting, or line spacing, or bullets and numbering. So check that out if you would. I think you'll be benefiting from it greatly if you use all of Google, as a matter of fact. But you can use google.com searching for anything, whether it's Word, Excel, PowerPoint, any kind of software you've got, any kind of printing problem you've got. Usually you can find something on Google to help you out. So now let's take a look at making links. Now before I showed you how to do a link, and I went and searched for it and everything, there are easier ways. Look at this. I can select Mount Pleasant. Now I'm going to add Virginia just onto the end of it, just so it'll be a little more specific. And I'm going to highlight it. And then I'm going to go up here to create a link, insert link. Watch what it does. It searched for some. Okay, so here's Mount Pleasant Hike, Mount Pleasant Trail in Virginia. I can click Find More. If I click these, it'll just link it to this document. I can hit Find More. Over here on the right, it opens up with the same two at the top. And Trail Guide, Mount Pleasant, Virginia Wilderness Committee. And you can just scroll on down and even go to Google if you want to see more. So I can go ahead and click here. Let's see if that's it. I don't even know if it's what I want. Yes, it is. Henry Lanham Trail. Hey, folks, I am not a trail guy, but I assume this is somewhere you can go in the area and see a really great ski slope and other things and places to stay. Hey, there you go. And I can uncheck these. I wish there were a map here. I have never done this before, so I don't really know what we get, but it looks like Google Maps to me, and I could probably click here and go on. But I don't want to spend a lot of time here. So you could go in here, and then I could click this and just put a link to it there, and now I've got this little one that will show you that down at the bottom and give you the link. So it's really pretty slick. Notice how it did that, a footnote down at the bottom. So here's a little one. Shows you there's something down at the bottom, number 1, Mount Pleasant National Scenic Area. Okay, and then you can click this when you have the document. Pretty good, huh? Access January 15th, 2020. So you know I'm doing this morning. So there's how you can get links. Hey, try this one. Now this is one I didn't try before. And I always tell people, don't try something when you're training for the first time when you're trying to show people. It may not work. Department of Historic Resources, here you go. Department of Historic Resources here and here. I can click here for Virginia. I can hit apply, and there it is, a link right there. So we can go check that out if we want, but you can do this all on your own too. Whoops, I undid it by mistake. Sorry, I hit the delete the link. So anyway, that's a great way to add your links automatically, either through a footnote or through an actual link. I think it's a great idea. Okay, now just a little bit about spreadsheets and presentation packages that comes with Google. They're really easy to set up. You could go to them. You can actually, instead of the drive, we can click right here and another browser tab opens up, and I think I can just type sheets.google.com. Watch me be wrong. Again, don't try stuff in training. Here you go. So you can go there that way, or you can just stay in your Google Drive area, click New, and go to Google Sheets. Simple as that. It'll get you to a new sheet like that. So notice here too, I'm just clicking on the other tab. A blank one is just what popped up before. They give you some templates, a to-do list, annual budget, monthly budget, calendars. You can search in here for more. They give you a few more, and you can even look for some online. Here is a spreadsheet. It looks very similar to Microsoft Office spreadsheet. Again, give it a title. This is a test for Google sessions. So I put that in, and you can type text, you can type a number, you can type a formula just like you can in Excel. Again, if this is not Excel is your thing, I just type 6 plus 51, it gives me an answer. Don't worry about it, but it's the same as Excel in that respect. You can, and notice all changes saved in Drive. You never have to save anything. Text aligns to the left, and all numbers align to the right, just like numbers do. This is a formula. You can look up here in the formula bar, 6 plus 51. This is a number I just typed here. You can add things up just like you can in regular Excel. And here's the functions over here, just like in Excel. It gives them to you a little better maybe. I'm going to hit sum, and it says, all right, what do you want to sum? So I can select these two, hit enter, and it adds them together. 180 is your value. I could take this, and I could divide it by something. I mean, I don't know why, but I could divide that cell by 22. Why would I want to do that? I don't know. I'm just basically showing you how it works generally. You can change colors and all that stuff just like you've done before. So this is really for people that use Excel. And you've got all the stuff you had in Excel, but some of it's even easier. I don't know if you remember, but you can put a list up here at the top. I don't know what this will do. I doubt it will do what I'm thinking, because Excel won't do this either. I'm just going to see if I can copy these down. It's probably going to do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. What I was trying to do is automatically fill it with like A, B. And let's see if it'll automatically repeat that. Yeah, it did. I'm going to undo it. Control Z is a good thing. And I can also right click on that and try to drag it. Did that do anything? Nope. So you can just play with this however you want to. That's the little fill handle in Excel. It works a little differently. But anyway, you know that if I scroll down now, I can't see those top columns. Well, in Excel, you have to go up to, I think it's View and Freeze. Here you just go, bloop, grab this little line down here. It was right up here at the top. Drag it down to here. It's a thicker bar. There you go. I'll show you again. Thick bar. This is your freeze frames. And drag it down to the first one. Now watch when I scroll down. They just stay there. So you can see stuff at the bottom of the column with the headers at the top. So you people that use Excel, you know what I'm talking about. You can get in here and figure it out. It works really, really well. We're coming up on our 20-minute mark, and I don't want to go much past that, but I will show you a couple other things with this presentation program. Get in here and check all this stuff out. You'll probably know what most of it does. The icons are very similar to what you get in Excel. The commands are like the older version of Excel, but I tell you what, I preferred it much better than Excel's ribbon. That's my personal opinion. So now let's go do another one that's a presentation. I'm going to do this real quickly. Not as many people use Google Slides, which is a presentation program. And I can go over here and say a blank one or from a template. Again, they have all these templates you can click on and look at different things. They've set up different colors and stuff. We can grab one of those if you want, or a blank. You know what? I've never tried this one. Let's try it. I'm going to double click this portfolio if I can. There we go. Well, that doesn't look as cool as I thought. Where are all the pictures? They give you slides down the left side. Looks familiar for those of you that are used to it. Also, remember, saves all the time. So you can put your name in here, and you can say, instead of digital experience designer, I can put double clicks live, and then watch. I could hit enter, go right below it, and type in my web address, if I could spell it correctly, .com, and make it maybe a little smaller. So I could go up here. Now remember, it's a slide, and I learned a trick years and years ago. If you're doing a slide, you should make sure, here we go, look, it already found double clicks live. I can put that in and apply it, so that'll be clickable if I email this to somebody. But I found years and years ago, people always say, how big do I make the letters? Here is what I've been told. For the average person, print up your slide with the most text on it, like this one. This is a very boring slide, by the way, and just print it one time on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, drop it on the floor, text up, and look down without bending and see if you can read it. If you can, it'll probably be good in any presentation situation. So keep that in mind. It's a good tip. So anyway, then you've got slides in here you can go. You can change your backgrounds. You can change layouts, different themes if you want to. So we could say, oh, let's go to this one. And I just saw it and picked it. There are many more themes you can pick from. There's one we just started with. And I like blues, so let's do this one. There you go. So again, saving, automatically save. So you can just go in here and double click and edit the graphics. I liked this graphic, that's why I grabbed it. So I wonder if I can write text in there. Nope, new arrival won't let me. But look at this, it's in a box. So I can kind of slide it out or put it back. Control Z puts it back where it was. So I could put other pictures in there that you could have taken somewhere else. So, by the way, this worries people sometimes, this Lorem Ipsum. They're like, they're speaking a strange, evil foreign language to me. Lorem Ipsum is actually text used by geeks when they're designing web pages or documents that hold text, but they don't want to put text in there to distract people from reading it. So they don't want to make up stuff, and it's a lot easier than making up stuff. Like if you're doing a sample contract and how it's laid out with the headers and stuff, you can put the headers like contract price, but you don't know the price, so you can just put text in there. The price of the contract would be, you could write that, or you can just add this fake Lorem Ipsum. And if you check it online, you'll see places it'll generate it for you. You can say, I want 5 paragraphs with Lorem Ipsum, starting with Lorem Ipsum, or any other of the crazy text. So it doesn't really say anything. So anyway, here's your slides. You can go up here to view, and you can say present. Now this is using my whole page. I don't think I can get it back, but here you go. You can see it a little bit. Kind of got a little big out there on it. So it just shows you the slide after slide, and you can see how it works then. We can go down the list, and there's only a few there. I was at the bottom. That was the last slide. So you can also click in here and do things with it, just like PowerPoint, and take care of your situation. So hey, we're going to go for now this week. But don't forget, you can always invite people here to see the videos, friends of yours. I designed this for people that were born like me back in the 1900s, not for the young kids. Heck with them. We need to rule. No, it's not quite that bad, but we could get into discussions on that. But anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Next week, we're going to get into something new and exciting from Google. Woo-hoo-hoo.